This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, rocking my Hannibal TV hat and Metallica shirt. Just got back from a 3-hour workout where I did the Stairmaster shoulders, traps, and I'm going to run later upstairs, the penthouse of my apartment where they got a gym. Anyways, people have been asking me to review my favorite and least favorite interviews of this year. So there's a few that stand out to me. One that was a big honor, and I'll thank Rick Bassman for hooking me up with this, was Kurt Angle. I never actually thought I'd get the chance to interview Kurt Angle. He talked about the Daniel Puder thing. He talked about his fight with Eddie Guerrero. He talked about his nutrition company, how he got into wrestling. It was very good. I did that one when I was living in Dallas. And by the way, all the links to these interviews are in the description. And by the way, you can tell me in the comments which ones you like the best from this year. The other one of my favorite, before I say the least favorite, was one that I just did with Vampiro, who wrestled for me over 10 years ago now. We've stayed in contact here and there, but appreciated it. I like that we also got into the paranormal and UFOs because, as everybody knows, I'm very interested in those subjects. And as time goes on, I'm going to cover more of not only the UFOs and paranormal, but I'm going to get into some murder stuff as well, which I've become interested in more so recently. And then, of course, everyone knows that my least favorite is the Goon, Bill Irwin, who was beyond hammered when he did the interview with me. And it was actually the only interview I've ever not been able to finish. Mitch says the Berserker interviews were great. I will put Berserker up there too. Thanks for reminding me. Berserker, I was a fan of the Berserker. People like to take shots at him, but I was a fan of his. And I actually felt like I had a connection with him. Even though we haven't met, I feel like I'm friends with the Berserker and we would get along well in real life. Another one that I got to say was one of my favorites of the year was Brick Bronski, who's hilarious. And he passed away. And I took his passing really hard, as I already discussed. But Brick Bronski, I'm glad I got it because he passed away shortly after, and it was one I'd wanted for a long time as a fan of his movies. And I think he was an underrated wrestler that was the victim of politics. So Gary says the franchise Shane Douglas interviews are some of his favorites. By the way, the franchise versus Blood Hunter match is officially never going to happen. It was booked 3 times, and for 3 various reasons, it got canceled. So Shane and I have agreed that it's fate. The match is never going to happen. And by the way, you guys have outed me as the Blood Hunter on TMZ and all this. So I have to admit, when I put on that mask, I turn into a different personality. But the Blood Hunter is no longer not going to be able to talk because it's been in USA Today, the New York Daily News, TMZ, the Toronto Sun, the UK Sun, the UK Metro, that Hannibal is the Blood Hunter. So the Blood Hunter is now known as Hannibal the Blood Hunter, and he's going to be taking on Mil Mortes, otherwise known as Ricky Banderas, right here in Ottawa, Ontario, April the 23rd. Tickets are on sale now at ticketweb.ca, and I'm looking forward to the shoot interviews that I am going to do next year. Bob says he loves my shirt. Thank you. By the way, speaking of Metallica, I am going to be interviewing the Sandman, who recently had a match with the Blood Hunter towards the end of January. And Rene Dupree will be my final interview of 2021, New Year's Eve. I will be celebrating New Year's Eve with none other than Rene Dupree, who is best known lately for having sex with the Miz's wife. So I'm glad he got first dibs of Maurice. Congratulations, Rene, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed.